Usually 8:50 a.m. is a dreadful time for all high schoolers, but every A day it used to be the opposite for me. As we delved into various works ranging from Frankenstein to 1984, or analyzing films such as She's the Man or Dark Knight, AP English Literature with Miss Pierce was one of the best classes I have ever taken. Miss Pierce's sarcastic nature and frank demeanor allowed me to start my day with a smile, and the conversations we've had over the ingenuity of Mary Shelley will always be cherished. The lessons I have learned from reading the very short stories and novels in this class will be with me forever.
Mr. Walker was my AP Psychology teacher during my sophomore year, and I was his teacher aide this year. During my time spent in his class, I quickly learned how laid-back and funny Mr. Walker was. He always went out of his way to alleviate the amount of stress that students had and focused on getting to know who we were as individuals. From Mr. Walker, I've learned the importance of working hard, but also taking time to have fun and do things for myself. I admire Mr. Walker for the way he interacts with all of his students, and I hope to be as inspiring to others as he has been to me. Thank you, Mr. Walker, for being such an amazing teacher.
Although he doesn't always seem like it, Mr. Casey is truly one of the most genuine and funny teachers I've gotten to work with at CHS. I am so grateful for all of our moments within the A-Push classroom, but also within our NHS meetings, that we've truly gotten to bond and laugh with Mr. Casey as someone who's a mentor to us. He's so dedicated to NHS and his teaching in the classroom that's truly inspired me, plus all the little advice he's given me along the way. Thank you, Mr. Casey. I appreciate you.
I've had the luxury of working with Ms. CHERNOW since the start of marching band season in the summer. Her positive outlook on life is infectious, and I'm thankful for her guidance and wisdom through these past 2 years. Whether it be through nagging me about using so many plastic straws or collaborating with me about what programs to implement in the front ensemble, Ms. CHERNOW has taught me the importance of listening to everyone's voice and to enjoy the activities that you're a part of. So thank you, Ms. CHERNOW, for shaping me into the person that I am today. Thank you for being my teacher, my mentor, and most importantly, my supporter.
Mrs. Carey has had a significant impact on my education. She's an amazing art teacher who helped advance my work to higher levels and imparted onto me a multitude of important life skills. Not only is she an amazing teacher, she's also an amazing person. She was so supportive every single day in class, and she was always there for me and the rest of her students. When one of my pieces was chosen to be displayed in Austin, she even traveled there to come have my back. And I remember her being so welcoming and helpful every single day.
Never in my high school career have I experienced such a welcoming, growth-centered environment as that which Miss Moore crafted for me. She's a teacher of the highest caliber in that she's extremely open-minded and supportive of her students. I never hesitate to seek her help, and so she taught me the value of student-teacher relationships and their effectiveness in eliciting success. Although English was never my forte, Miss Moore has taught me skills that will reverberate through my entire life. I wish to thank her and honor her in the highest regard.
Whenever I walk into Miss Kimball's class, I am truly in my element. Every seventh period, I remember being immersed in a world full of covalent bonds, empirical formulas, and always and forever amens. This world, created by Miss Kimball, was the catalyst for my decision to pursue neurochemistry and biology at Dartmouth. Throughout the year, Miss Kimball went out of her way to build bonds with students like me, even if that meant periodically reacting to my terrible chemistry puns. Miss Kimball, I hope I make you proud as I continue my journey through science. I love you. Always and forever, amen.
From the very first day of English 4, Mr. Holmes came across as one of the most passionate teachers I'd ever met. Whether it was by sharing personal stories or showing us his favorite works of literature, he chose to be vulnerable with us in hopes of having us understand the nuances of his class. He also prioritized building relationships. He had genuine interest in our views on music and poetry, and he's always willing to take recommendations in exchange for his own. I will forever cherish my time in English 4, and I've walked away with a new understanding of the media and art around us, which I can only hope to develop in the future. So thank you, Mr. Holmes.
I want to thank Miss Phillips for the amazing time that I had in 10th grade English class. From the moment I walked into her class, I felt her positivity and enthusiasm radiate throughout the room. I quickly got to learn just how passionate she truly was for teaching English and her dedication towards her students through each and every single lesson she has taught. She made sure all of us were having fun while learning and made sure that none of us were overworked or stressed by the amount of work that we were facing. She truly went above and beyond as a teacher, and I felt that I grew both as a student and as a person through her lessons.
Hey, Dr. Sykes, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the best 2 years that anyone could have imagined. From not knowing what would happen next to arriving in Kentucky just months later, it truly has been a wild ride. Thank you for having our backs in schools, at tournaments, anywhere in the nation. Debate really has become the biggest part of my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way. From Berkeley to Emory, from coast to coast, these past 2 years have been amazing, they've been fun, and for that, thank you.
I want to thank Ms. Sloan for all of her support. She really tries to ensure that she can help her students in every way possible. For me, she was able to attend my swim meet, our teacher appreciation swim meet, as well as help me succeed on the AP exam and enable me to delve into research for the first time through the STARS program. Ms. Sloan is really supportive of all of her students, and I really appreciate that.
As my 6th grade science teacher, Mrs. Malloy taught me how to think both creatively and critically, and always maintained such a positive atmosphere in her class. It's because of her I began to really love science, and as a librarian, Mrs. Mahalik welcomes her students full of warm smiles. She's extremely invested in the success of every single one of her students, and is an amazing mentor. I wouldn't be here without her constant love and support, and I can't thank her enough for that.